So, as we look at how to not be a victim today, one of the things that I'm proposing for you to consider is that owning your space like this is sort of the antidote to being a victim. It's kind of hard to be in victim energy the more that you're as a spirit there with you in your body. And that really suffering, most victimhood is energy that gets between you, the spirit, and your body. And then your body does feel like the victim. It sucks. I don't like it. Often it's looking for blame somewhere, but the solution is could be just finding your own space and your body starts to settle, relax, feel good again. I'm alive. Because think of that to your body, you as the spiritual being, you're like God. You're like a God. You're magic. And when the body or our bodies have a sense of like being there with the magical part of ourself, the godlike part of ourselves, that's fun. They're not alone. It's not all about struggle for existence. So a lot of times, um, victim energy, when I look at it, is just it's kind of it just gets in the way of you, the spirit, communicating with you, the body. Life's not as much fun. Something's wrong. I'm pissed. It must be that other person over there or that thing over there. We look for cause. In the body, we don't feel good, we look for the cause. We'll go through some examples of this and work with our own in a minute. Oh, as you take a couple of big breaths, you might bring in another gold sun, just to say, just for the heck of it. And if this is new to you, don't worry about it. These are things we learn with practice. If it seems a little strange, um, that's not surprising if it's kind of a new concept. You can just kind of fake it and go with it. Um, Not really fake it, you're just in a beginning place, maybe. As you bring in that gold sun, replenish, start to take some breaths. You might start to even like wiggle around a little bit as you're getting ready to come out of our light trance. Oh, yeah, you even like yawn and stretch. Sounds are good. Good job. You might say, yeah, good job, good job, body. It's a lot to even get to something like this sometimes. I know when I was first learning these tools, a lot of times like, oh no, don't go. I am, some of the parts of me in fear of, oh yeah, don't go, don't go. there's there's Star Trek episodes to watch on TV. But whenever I would, show up and then work my energy, it would feel so good. Oh, this is so much better than watching TV. Believe it or not. So, welcome everybody. I would just, for the sake of time, I'd like to hear from everybody, but I'd like to give everybody like about a minute. I'll do this little thing just to kind of guide us a little bit. So you can just say your name again and say anything, especially like you can say how you're doing, but I'm really curious even like how that little meditation guidance went. Oh, that was great, bringing the gold sun, but I just don't get the grounding thing, or what was your experience of anything? Love to hear. Well, very good. And yeah, my experience was pretty. um, simple, and I got a little more calm. Um, just remembering. I actually today I actually had sort of was pretty grouchy for a while, and then like can't teach a class on victim. I'm a victim today. I'm just such a victim. You know? And and then I did sit and I did start running my energy, and then it's like, oh, life came back.
Awesome.
I would argue that your experience of victimhood is exactly what you need to be qualified to teach the class.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I have a little story to share. Um, well, does anybody need a break? How are you doing? Do you need a bathroom or anything? And feel free when you need to do something like that. So this kind of the idea for this kind of class came out of something that Angela had said. There's this certain person in her life who communicated with us, and then and I knew it happened because when Angela walked in, her energy was different, and I don't know what it was, but it was like, "Woo, that's lower" or something. And then she says, "Oh yeah, I just got the email from blah blah blah." And then one of the comments later, as we were starting to get into something, was when Angela said, "Oh, whenever we get contact, whenever we're like, we start to get in fights, arguments." And that's right. Holy smokes. And it got me curious. And just like that, I stopped and I looked at the energy, and there was this person, you know, a long ways away, but I just saw this brownish, reddish energy around her that was kind of controlling her, and she was a victim too, right? She wasn't in
Right.
her space. She wasn't there, but she's very angry and throwing energy, and then it came to us. And then holy smokes, it's like the storm, it's like you got the
Yeah.
storm happening and your roof's blowing off or something and all the rain's coming. It's just like, wow. And I saw for myself it kind of swirl around me, and then I saw it go to these spots. And instantly I realized, oh, those are places where I have that belief that I'm a victim in a similar way. Little pieces of it, not like this person, like, you know, but little pieces, and there it went. Holy smokes.
Wow.
And oh my God. And then I could get a little more neutral, and I could like kind of separate a little bit. And then I'm not so angry at Angela for channeling this energy or whatever I'm thinking, right? You know, and like it's because it's so blaming. It's so like I'm hurting and I've got to blame
Exactly.
somebody,
Yeah.
This person's blaming us, then
Yeah.
Angela, or I blame Angela, or whatever. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
or we want to blame somebody else. Oh my God. When I
Her.
saw it, I thought, oh, there it is. And then the other part of it was, and that got okay. Then all of a sudden, I'm not so sure. And then I can even have compassion. Oh, that poor person. She's totally lost, or, oh my God, this is hard for Angela, say, for you to deal with. All of a sudden, I have compassion instead of like, it's like really neat to just have that change. And my big change was on New Year's when I was dancing in this one room with this dance thing, whole thing. All of a sudden, I saw it, and I saw this person as a spirit, and it was total gift. And then I saw, oh, it was a total gift of her, right, to do this thing because it showed me where I had some of that belief system
Oh,
that that I'm a victim, and it's like, oh my God, thank you. Because the whole point was not to get me triggered and then stuck. It was almost like to wake me up, like, hey, you got some stuff there. So as a spirit, she was serving me. And then I felt so grateful. And it was like, oh my God, totally turnaround from like I'm being clobbered by this awful energy.
Good job.
And
I
it's
love
really
And
made it, yeah.
Michael, I don't know if you want to say anything about what you said to me at that point around the gift of empowerment. I can't remember all the things you said there, but there were these nuggets that also went with what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's sort of like here's the body and the spirit again, right? In the body, if you're just the body and your spirit is kind of separated, like for this person, everything is kind of victim. It's kind of hard. Even this energy really sucks, and it's making me angry and. But the more you're in your spirit energy as who you are, it's it's no longer a victim. It turned into like, wow, this is opportunity. This is the teaching. This is my chance. This is great. If this didn't happen, I'd still be unconscious about this stuff on my right side of my body here, you know. And I've been in growth period ever since that, this last week, around this side of my body, and things are lighting up, as I'm working through that victim stuff. Um, so it's really interesting that where the perspective changes. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what you were going
Yeah, it
to
was
answer.
something around empowerment and power and the lessons of 2023 around claiming back, not giving away our power. And
Right, right.
um,
So victim in this case, is sort of like giving away your power,
Yes.
spiritual power, really, right? And you're believing this other energy. So, and that's personally for me, I think this is, oh yeah, God, I've got to take my power back. It's time. And I also see it on the planet. I don't know how you guys look at it, but it's a little crazy out there in like the political stuff, the victim stuff in the world.
Mm.
Holy smokes, right?
Ah,
And is
yes.
it ever needed for like a good number of us, 100 of us monkeys, right, to to get, to find our own answers, find our own space, um, do an alternative to being the victim. And I see everybody here really, really knowing what that is. A lot of old spirits, been around the block. Oh yeah, we tried that in Mesopotamia, it didn't work. We tried that, we tried that on the planet Chiron, and it didn't work.
Oh, Chiron man.
But on Klingon, did it work?
I want to do a little exercise right now with this actually. So, in the beginning where we started with our grounding, would you check that again, each of you for yourselves? Just check your own grounding, your own aura boundary, and bring in goal suns. Just kind of want to be aware of our spiritual energy. As the emotions light up, great. It's really exciting to find our space. Just how are you doing right now? You and your universe. That's great when Cricket mentioned projection. That's a big part of it, isn't where if you're a spirit in your own space, you own your own information. And if you're a victim, because you as a spirit are kind of separated, kind of kicked out, then you see things outside that are really inside things because you don't have your insides on right. So we're always working that, whether it's good energy or bad energy, right?
What you think of me is none of my business.
Hmm. Very good. Very good. Love that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
So go ahead and bring in some gold suns and just give yourself a minute to kind of bask in your own energy. You're not just the body, you, the spiritual being, are here.